and in my opinion, some of it is not justified. For them giving them a hard time. I mean, lumping them all in with a bad situation and put all the officers or people in blue and uniform trying to protect and serve, give them a bad name or give them, we don't want to. We want to give them. They're heroes. Let's lift them up. Lift them up. Lift the officers up.
Right. We are pro-police.
We are. We support law enforcement. 100%.
We are pro-law enforcement.
Yes.
We are pro.
Yes.
That some things have
Great to point that out. Yeah. Great to point that
out. One of my pastor friends is a police.
That's right.
The guy you talked with this weekend,
yes.
You collaborated with a police officer.
A friend of mine.
We are pro-police.
Yes. And so what we want to make sure is that we don't, by us talking about these stories and these individual cases, we're not here to blast the police by any sort.
Well, I can say in anything that we talk about, and that's a level of prejudice whenever you put all in one category. Mm-hmm. I'll say all black, all white, all Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, and even all liberals, Larry.
All liberals.
You can't.
No. All liberals are bad. All liberals are
one
bad.
Category.
All liberals. No, okay. Real quick, jumping in on it. Let's jump in on it. Officer Kim Potter, the officer who shot Wright, also resigned. She was a 25-year veteran.
Okay.
25-year veteran on the force, a decorated veteran on the force, and resigned. And so, this is a terrible turn of events because I would say, I'm sorry, the city lost Mr.
Look at that. Kim Potter's home barricaded, 24-hour surveillance after manslaughter charge 2 days ago.
Wow.
Hold on, open the phone lines. We open the phone lines.
Phone lines are open, 615-242-7760, 615-242-7760.
Now, hold on, real quick. They charged Kim Potter with manslaughter, and I'm agreeing with the opinion piece in that article that it's unjustified. I'm sorry, because they haven't even had a chance to investigate to see to put it all in its proper place. We got to call it. Go ahead, caller, real quick. You got 1 minute. Go ahead, caller.
Well, when you say Kim Potter, I think she's a 26-year veteran, police trainer, and I can see a rookie maybe making a mistake like that, but her, I can't see it. And she resigned so she could get her pension.
Hold on, don't hang up. Don't hang up. Hold on, don't hang up. Don't hang up. Look. Now she's a human being. She's not.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Like, what do you mean? Okay.
You are a professional. You have been a professional for 26 years. That mistake there is kind of hard for me to accept.
Come on. Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Hold on. No, hold on.
I will say this. Also, being a part of a human being, one of them you were saying everybody makes mistakes. Is that what you're saying? But also trying to do the best thing for yourself and career. So he said that she went. I'm not making my point either way, but she did this for her pension. That's the natural order of what a person also as a human being would do.
Go ahead. Come on.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with none of that, but I'm just saying that's the reason why she resigned so quick, so she could keep her pension intact.
Good point.
Because they find her guilty and she didn't resign, she wouldn't get a damn.
Good point. Thank you, caller. Great point. Again, my heart goes out to the family of Mr. Dante Wright. I understand Mr. Dante Wright had a warrant, outstanding warrant, and maybe had been help me out, Cornelius. Did he violate a restraining order or something? Warrants, and he wasn't really resisting arrest frantically, but I guess when Miss Wright came in the picture, he started. We got another caller. Go ahead, caller.
It's the same guy. I have a question for Mr. Larry. You seem to say just because he had a warrant, or just because the system says, just like in the Chavez case, where Mr. Floyd was on drugs, does that justify them killing them because they had a warrant or because they was on drugs?
I never said that, caller. I never said that, though. You put in words.
Why do you bring up these things?
Carla, but great point. I'm glad you made me clarify. Let me clarify. If you ever, I want to put myself in Mr. Wright's shoes,
Okay.
and they got Larry Winters pulled over on an outstanding traffic warrant. Hey, I had got a warrant put on me before.
Okay.
It was a mistake.
All right.
But hey, Ron, I didn't fight and argue with the officers. I said calmly. I said whatever the situation is will be resolved in a matter of hours. There's nothing to be excited about.
Right.
I don't need to run away or fight with them. And so,
are you saying that sometimes we bring things on ourselves in these situations?
we have in some cases we may have the pendant to escalate when de-escalation is the route to take. Yes, and I'm sorry. When people have weapons and firearms.
That's why somebody said, well, he was, I'm not going to talk about a particular one. Hold on one second, Carl.
Hold on.
But sometimes people say that he had a warrant or he this on another side, like that's a reason for them to resist. I don't care what it is. Is your life more important than, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead. Carl, go ahead.
Hello, how y'all doing? This is Mona Lisa.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'd just like to say something about the police.
Right.
Everybody is kind of down on the police now about what they're seeing. They're opening their eyes and they're seeing things that's been going on for years and years. And people are just now seeing it. And that's where the trouble has come from.
Okay. Good point, Carla. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for that comment. So basically what she's saying is that a lot of stuff wasn't on social media and the internet. Right. And I mean, if something happened a world away or in Los Angeles, we're in Nashville, you knew about it in 15 minutes.
I would even venture to take that another level. And she's absolutely right. Only in this past, decade or so, we've been able to just see it firsthand, blatantly in our face. I will take it a step farther and say, but with this age, it's probably less now than ever been before.
Okay.
Would you say that?
Yes, way down. Look, hold on. Look. Come on, Cornelius. Look, y'all remember Rodney King?
Yes.
Rodney King on the interstate, and the news cameras were just they showed it was unbelievable. It was like, why are they attacking this guy like this? And because we hadn't seen that, and so now it's got to this point now where everybody's got a smartphone, and anything that happens within 10 minutes, it's all over the internet. It's on every news site, website, and you name it.
Let me make this point. Caller, stay on the line. Don't hang up. Living the Life Show said it is so important that we don't seek to prove our point in the heart of the matter. It's sad that we can remain calm and still not make it home.
Okay,
cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Living the Life Show.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'd like to comment about the police officer that shot the boy.
Yeah,
turn your radio down, sir. Turn your radio down just a little bit.
Thank you. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
What I was saying is that she's a 26-year veteran on the force. She carried a 9mm. Now, the weight between a 9mm and a taser is very different. If you're a 26-year veteran, you can tell the difference between the weight of a taser and the weight of a 9mm. I carry a 9mm myself, and I'm not a police. And if I was a police, I would know the difference between the weight.
Okay.
Now, with all the things that's going on in the world, and I agree with you this time, Larry, about sometimes we make our brain stuck on ourselves when all you have to do is comply with the police when they pull you over. But sometimes we escalate because the way the tone or way the officer address you or something.
Yes.
But the thing is, if you keep calm and just go through the procedures that you need to go through, things will usually be all right. Now, all police is not bad and all police is not good. So it all depends on the luck of the draw of the police that pulls you over. So we have to be aware of that. And I believe that things is going to get a lot worse, especially here in Tennessee with the law that just passed with to conceal that anybody can carry a gun without a permit. I think we're going to see more shooting, and probably some police are going to get shot.
Caller, don't hang up, caller. Don't hang up on me. Hold on. You brought up something, a phenomenal point. I had a debate with somebody the other day. I'm sorry, last week in the studio, and me and the doctor here, we were debating about that, about open carry in the state of Tennessee. Caller, did you know in every state in the country, the ones that have the least restrictions on gun rights have the lowest amount of crime and gun violence? Did you know that? Hold on, let me get you back on. Did you know that? We might lost. Thank you, caller. We might lost.
Okay, Larry, I'm still here.
I was asking you. Let me talk. I was saying, did you know? It's our time. You know, in every state that has the least amount of gun restrictions has the least amount of crime. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fact. It's a fact.
No, see, I look at it this way, Larry, and maybe a lot of people ain't looked at it. But the thing is, if you think alcohol and driving is dangerous, don't you think alcohol and guns are going to be more dangerous than that?
Well, according to the statistics now, the statistics show that gun owners, because mind you, it's not going to be like illegal gun ownership. You're going to purchase your gun lawfully. These are law-abiding citizens purchasing their guns lawfully. It's just that we have low restrictions so that the citizens can protect themselves, their home, and their possessions, and whoever their loved ones. You follow me? So I'm a pro-gun advocate. Caller, thank you for the call, and we look forward to you calling back and talking to us again. We love talking to you.
Thanks so
that was
much.
A great call.
One of our sponsors, Nashville Motors, at 4023 Dickerson Pike, Nashville, Tennessee, the home of the $500 down payment. Nashville Motors, 4023 Dickerson Pike. They also have cash car rentals, so you don't have to have a credit card to rent that car now. Nashville Motors on Dickerson Pike, 615 262-9367.
We got too many numbers, 262 what?
9367.
9367.
Okay. Real quick, Ron.
Let's circle back. Can we circle back?
Come on.
Let's stay on this gun law just for a second.
Okay.
The statistics and data that you are reporting states what again for the listening audience?
That states have the least amount of restrictions on gun ownership have less crime and less gun violence. States that have high restrictions and low gun ownership, it's very hard to get a gun or own a gun.
Right.
They have the highest amount of crime.
I could just say, what does that tell us? And when the natural, you would definitely think that the least restrictions would put more guns into the hands of the people, which will cause, because I just say my son has a gun now. It's just, people have guns.
Come on, hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't get the sell it, Ron. Go ahead, caller. Turn your radio down, caller.
Hello?
Turn your radio down.
Turn your radio down, caller.
Okay, let me ask you a question. The gun law, it's going back to the Wild Wild West.
No.
Whoever has passes draw, and then Mr. Larry, I don't understand where you got those statistics from, but you might be right.
I might be right. Hold on.
If you don't have a gun on you and something happens, you have time to think about the consequences of pulling that trigger. But if you have a gun on you, you're going to pull that trigger.
No. You're wrong. I disagree. Thank you, caller. Great call. Ron, hold on, Ron. Your son, hold on. Caller, I'm not discounting what you're saying. Hold on. We're coming to your comment. But Ron, your son's a gun owner.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Young man.
He's 25. Over 25. 26. Yeah. And that caller said, Wild West out here. Who was the quickest draw? But what happens is that gun ownership, it shows that it makes you a more responsible citizen.
Okay. Well, let's say this with the legislation now in place, I'm almost certain that there's going to be some safeguards about classes and something.
I was talking.
There's got to be some safeguards.
I was talking.
You just can't put something in place.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Pump the brake. Hold on.
Pump the brake.
No, this is we're talking about the Constitution.
Okay, it's a Constitution.
See,
it's a right
to bear arms. A right to bear arms. Before anything else, that's a right to bear arms for the citizen.
Got it.
Not the government telling you what you can do, what you can't do, when you can, how many you can. None of that.
Right.
The citizen has the right to protect themselves not from another citizen though, from a tyrannical government.
Okay.
From a tyrannical government. That's what our gun rights are really about.
Let me
Come on.
That's history. That's history.
Yeah,
that's history.
We were talking about Earl Simmons last week, DMX, and then
the rapper.
to Nashville, Tennessee. We will talk about the 3-year-old that was shot and killed in the backseat of a car on last Monday. Walk-ins are available for COVID vaccine at the Music City Center downtown. Walk-ins are available if you want to get the vaccine. Today we have closing arguments in the Derek Chauvin trial, and we'll talk about that because his charges are 1 count of second-degree murder that gives up to 40 years, 1 count of third-degree murder that gives up to 25 years, and 1 count of second-degree murder that gives up to 10 years. But here's one thing, Larry. Bernie Madoff, your guy, he died at 82, and he's one of, if not the biggest con man in history. But here's what I got right here. This email about DMX. It says, okay, my morning rant, back to my business. Okay, yes, he didn't make the best decisions. None of us do. But his kids will be all right. At least he had masters that could be bought by Jay-Z and Beyonce that he will be able to be passed down to his 17 children. They will be fine.
17?
Trust. It's still generational wealth. He definitely left a legacy. He'll walk in his purpose and his truth, no matter what that may look like to us. Walk in yours. We all need to. That was one of our emails came in.
My email came in. Okay. We're not here to judge DMX. Ron, we're not here to judge.
I'm not judging.
Okay. Ron.
He made a song about it.
Ron, you slipped something by us right there. Okay. You gave us a whole lot, Ron.
Okay.
That was a 3-year-old that was shot in the community last week. Shot and killed last week.
2-year-old sister was also shot.
2 little girls shot. A 3-year-old was shot and killed in the backseat of a car on Monday. Her 2-year-old sister, Antonia Butler, was also shot. She survived the incident and was now here we are. A parade that stopped traffic Sunday afternoon in honor of slain Nashville toddler Jamela. Come on. Caller, hold on,
caller.
Don't hang up. Okay, they hung. Okay. Yeah, they hung. Okay. Call back, caller. Hold on. They blocked off the street, Dixon Road. Now
Stop the gun violence.
Stop the gun violence. But oddly enough, Black Lives Matter didn't show up.
Was it the Nashville branch of Black Lives? I don't know.
No.
Listen, let me say this. Let me make this point. I am not close to the Black Lives Matter movement. For several reasons.
As you would like to be.
No.
Okay, come on.
For several reasons.
I'm sorry.
And speaking of that, we know that the organizer of the Black Lives Matter movement has recently purchased a home in Los Angeles.
Has purchased 5 homes and is buying one in the Caribbean also.
Yeah. So
there's big money in race baiting. There's big money in being a race baiter. If you get people stirred up and mad about who got this or who did that or who can work here or who can go there or the police shot this guy, I'm sorry. I'm indifferent. I'm sorry. I'm extremely indifferent in this matter, Ron, and for multiple reasons. I say we have an epidemic of black on black crime.
We've had that forever.
We do. And whenever I talk to somebody about that, they say, well, we don't want the police to. That's okay. The police can't shoot. What? Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Black on black crime is at pandemic level. Hold on. Hold on. Menu. I want to see how many people got shot in Chicago from January 1 to yesterday, as opposed to the coronavirus death toll or hospitalization. How many people were hospitalized, as opposed to how many people were shot, injured, or killed in the city of Chicago or in Detroit proper?
Let's dive deeper into that for about 5 minutes, Ron, Larry.
Okay.
Pandemic.
You're talking about the epidemic, pandemic, whatever. We're talking about genocide, fratricide, homicides in some sister cities in America that have a high crime rate and lots of poverty. We do not see those type of statistics in Beverly Hills 90210. These things are happening in places where there's lots of crime and lots of poverty. Let's talk about a solution at some point, though. How do we get to those masses of people to get them some type of hope?
Hope.
So they listen. So they can
hope and change.
They can live out your favorite thing, the American dream.
Hope and change scam. They ran the hope and change scam on us
I'm just saying.
About 12 years ago. The hope and change. See,
hope and change.
What
was Obama saying? What was his thing?
Hope and change.
Okay.
Hope and change.
When we think about these violent outbreaks and occurrences, we know where they're happening. We know what has happened. That's a lot of things in place to continue to keep that going. But I'm like you. I need some BLM rallies about how to better community.
Mm-hmm.
How do we better community? How do we give people how do we give the listening audience and people an opportunity to
Oh, you
don't want to give them opportunity?
No.
You don't want to give them opportunity, Larry?
I'm sorry.
Y'all hear Larry? He doesn't want to give people opportunity.
We know the solution.
What's the solution? Democrats.
The family.
Oh, you
fathers in the home.
Well, then most of them in prison now.
No. We can't. You can't give.
I can say that.
You can't give all your way to prosperity.
I'm for fathers at home.
I know you are.
I'm for it.
Or peaceful communities. You can't hope on it. You can't give it to. We got to do the work. And I'm sorry. And women.
You're not a dad.
Women.
I'm gonna say it.
They're not. Go ahead,
caller. You on the air?
Go ahead, caller.
What's your point?
Hello?
Hello? Go ahead,
Yes,
caller.
my name is Amanda Covington. I've listened y'all every time you're on the radio.
Thank you.
But this is a message for Larry.
Uh-oh.
Larry needs to calm down, tone it down. This is a talk show.
Okay, come
He
on.
acts like it's a talk show, not the information that I like to hear.
Okay.
And he know all black people of color, is scared of police.
No,
And I
ma'am.
love y'all show. And good morning, Ella Cornelia Hill.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much, caller. The caller said Larry needs to calm down.
Tone it down.
I'm just caller. Thank you for your call. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your criticism and encouragement. What I will say, you want to say something?
Well, we're back on what we're on, and we at the bedrock of it, and we can continue the conversation.
The family.
Not only the family.
Structure.
Okay, when we bring back the man and give him his parental and his ordained right from the universe, from God. You know, I'm gonna be scriptural and spiritual.
Go ahead.
That's us. But then, Larry, even what you were engaged in Saturday, not enough of that is happening to give people the idea.
Enough of what?
I'm just saying. You can talk about it. I'm just saying.
A career fair.
I'm sick of welfare.
Welfare or career?
I'm saying, when you put a gun in my hand and tell me to shoot and kill, and put music in my ear to tell me to shoot and kill, and put things on the
TV,
internet
and the video
tell
game.
me to shoot and kill. When somebody's out here, listen, literally making millions of dollars on my trip ups and hang ups.
Yes.
I need to switch gears on it.
Okay, hold on.
I need to get into another lane.
Okay, so can they?
We got to call her.
Come on, caller. Come on.
Yeah,
Cut your radio down. Cut your radio down.
solution about the killing of blacks killing each other. First of all, as blacks, they have to get out the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Sir, cut your radio down, please. Cut your radio down, please. Cut your radio down.
Now, they have to get out the Willie Lynch syndrome. This is what black folks are suffering with, especially young black, because they're not being taught. Willie Lynch stayed on the banks of the Virginia River in the 1700s and talked about making up slaves. And the things that he made known, black people are still suffering with today. Now, it's not being taught to black kids, but this is what needs to be taught to get them out of that mindset, to get them in a mindset of want to live a prosperous life. Teaching the young black kids about Willie Lynch, we'll be better off.
Okay.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. We're going to come back to that, caller. Listen up. We're going to come back to that. Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to the Point Show.
Ahead,
What's
caller.
your point?
Go ahead. Caller, go ahead, caller. Call right back, caller. Call right back. Okay, the last caller felt very strongly about with the Willie Lynch syndrome. Is the Willie Lynch syndrome real? Is it still alive and healthy and thriving in the minds of the ancestors? Of the descendants of slaves.
What's your question?
The Willie Lynch syndrome. It was a conditioning.
You got to teach our are you
serious?
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to misquote, but I read it. I have read about it.
Yeah.
It was when the Willie. I think they were. It was instilling fear.
Of course.
Yeah.
And instilling fear in the masses of slaves, and it went on for generations because once a woman saw that trauma, a woman was traumatized, so she passed it down to the children who be traumatized with people, but she would give the information so vividly that it would be ingrained in the children's.
The Willie Lynch speech is an address purportedly delivered by a certain Willie Lynch or Willie Lynch to an audience on the bank of the James River in Virginia.
For slave masters.
Yes, for slave masters, and
how to
it was
treat
the
slaves.
development to control slaves for generations.
Yes.
And so it's something that, it was embedded into the slaves to make them treat each other different ways, and for them to treat certain ones better than others, so the other ones would look at them and be jealous of them, and it was specifically taught. Go ahead.
Well, and then we do have new narratives on the Willie Lynch syndrome and what it looks like in the 20th/21st century.
Oh, wow.
And maybe we can bring
wow.
some of that information in. But Larry, let's go back to this point. Community.
Family.
The major player is the man. And now let
Well, no. I'm gonna let you have it. It's your point to make. Go ahead.
I gotta make this point. When you remove the major player, the contributor, the life giver from that equation, in essence, the one who's providing and giving encouragement, when you remove that element, that variable, you have a community that's turned upside down.
You have a major breakdown. You have a household breakdown. You have a home breakdown.
Head. Let's start with the head.
Head.
My head and my heart.
It's traumatizing.
It's traumatizing.
Okay. Then you break down the individual. Then you break down the home. You break down the home. You break down the community. You break down community. Many communities in cities are broken down because of the broken families. You said something a minute ago, and I'm going to call you out. You said a major player because I'm here to tell you there's some strong mothers that have husbands with them, but sometimes she leads the charge. I'm giving my hats off to her. My hats off to that strong mother, strong woman, strong sister, grandmother, auntie. Hats off to them. Not taking anything, but what happens is that you cannot discount that man.
You cannot.
We can't be discounted. You can't get a Kroger brand, go to Kroger and get us off the shelf of Walmart or Target. We have to be in the house, contributing to the well-being of the family, spiritually, mentally, financially.
Right.
Yeah.
and so many other things that words can't even say. So if you want a strong home, strong community, a strong city, you can't have 70% of black children, over 70%, born to single parent households. That is not a recipe for success, for successful homes, successful communities, and successful cities. If you look throughout all the cities throughout the country, when you see the breakdown of the families, especially the black family, you will see the product of that, and what will come out of that is disaster. It's been a disaster. It is a disaster. It will continue to be a disaster.
We will see and have seen.
Yes.
I'll just make a shout out now while we have a chance to Nashville Auto Repairs at 606 Fessler's Lane, Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville Auto Repairs. Their phone number is 615-839-4283. Foreign and domestic, major and minor repairs, oil changes, tires, whatever you need, check engine lights. Nashville Auto Repairs, 606 Fessler's Lane. Mule Fest 2021 has been scheduled after Mule Day in Columbia was canceled due to COVID-19 concerns. It was a kick in the gut to small businesses because that weekend, or week should I say, brings in $3 million of revenue.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I was just listening to Cornelius talking about removing the man from the family. Look, I don't see how come y'all don't see it. If you go all the way back to slavery, what you think they did in slavery? They took the man away from the family they lived in, and they used them like cattle, and they breed them. And this is still in the men, the black men today. They go from woman to woman, make babies, and leave them. Don't take the responsibility for the babies they make. So then it's left on the mama to try to raise the kids. It takes a man to raise a child. Some women do it successfully, but 9 out of 10 times, it usually don't work. And the young man is running wild. And then, like I was saying a few minutes ago, another thing is, you got kids raising kids, don't know how to be no parent, and the things that they being taught is just, the world is teaching them.
Right.
Thank you, caller.
Right. Caller.
But I just want to voice my opinion. See what y'all go with.
I appreciate that. That's a great, valid point. Children is not impossible, but it's almost impossible for a child, a young teenage woman, girl, to raise a child. It's not impossible, but very, very difficult. I'm sorry, to do it by herself. Even if she had her young mate or Mormon with her, and we're off the rails. We're not even on our story.
Yeah. But you're right about that, and it'll be even more difficult when it's a child raising a child.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, this is Mona Lisa again. I'd just like to say something about the household and raising your kids and stuff. It's all about values. You gotta have a man and a woman.
Okay.
And it's the values. And I'm gonna give you a quick example. When I was 12, my oldest sister had a house full of kids. Every one of them had a different daddy. I said I would never do that. And I never did.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Mona Lisa.
Thank you so much. What a real testimony.
Right. Mona Lisa, you will never do what? Well, is it the fruit of the act?
No, she was making the point that
I know. I'm just thinking with Mona Lisa.
Learn from someone else's experience.
Yeah.
One thing.
Hey, that's a good point.
What? Mona Lisa got all that.
Our young people learning from our mistakes. Are they watching?
Well, let's go back to the music.
The music.
How we shifted.
Hey,
how did we go? How did we go from mother, so many of them are dying, to what we started listening to in the mid-'80s, and how that we allowed that to shape a culture.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Even Ice-T. Remember Ice-T? He had about kill the police, remember? And they wouldn't even let be played. Remember? So we talking about a culture now that has been shaped by
real quick. I want to share
some crazy behavior.
I will share something with you here. Let me share something with you.
All right.
Okay, I went on a road trip this weekend, and so I wasn't looking at Facebook, but something popped on the screen, a Facebook thing, and so I was listening. It was playing an old song.
Algorithm.
Look, it was a Who Did It song. Friends.
How many of us have this?
Hold on. So I said, so look. I said, so while I'm riding, I'm gonna go back and listen to them old school rap music.
Yeah.
I put a Run DMC song.
Right.
It's like that, and that's the way it is. Hold on. If y'all need to go listen to that song.
Right.
Them guys were bringing some real knowledge.
Right.
True.
It was that in hard times.
Right.
Yeah.
Hard times. I spread it just
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we own it, Doc. We own it.
They were trying to give a message.
Right.
They were trying to make money.
The message. Yeah.
But they had a real message. Now, I'm sorry, not that the rap isn't relevant to these people's life now, but the messaging is not, I think, a very positive message or a very how can I say, an awakening message, you know, to where people will realize. I'm sorry, I don't know the last time I've heard a song, a rap song. I don't listen to a lot of rap anyway.
You gotta call
But
it.
I do agree with you. You don't
Call
see
the police
much
home,
of
get
any
it back
of
out
that
front,
anymore.
then we'll let you make
At least
yours.
you would every now and then somebody come out with something positive.
Yeah, go ahead, call.
I've been listening to y'all. Y'all know what the problem is, but nobody seems to want to fix it. I remember back in the day when they had different things